Welcome to Texas, folks. Now, if you're coming here and you're trying to date in Houston, here's a few tips.
A lot of black women in the city of Atlanta complain about how bad it is dating men there.
Ladies, if y'all moving to Atlanta and plan on dating, good luck with that. Because it's dating Atlanta, it's garbage, trash. Baby, garbage.
But to be fair, Atlanta is not in the top 10 cities of the worst places to date. New York City is number 1, but I'll tell you another city that's number 8, Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, for a long time has been the place of opportunities for African Americans. It was one of the few cities associated with the South, besides New Orleans, that gave a lot of blacks a lot of opportunities and chances. And Dallas too. My own grandfather moved to Oakland, California and couldn't get on, but he moved to Houston and never looked back. And this was in the 60s and the 70s. And with all the oil money and the healthcare communities in Houston, it has everything that you need. Beautiful suburbs, housing not so expensive. But here's the question. Why is it so hard dating in Houston? A few panelists got together on Fox 26, and this brother had this to say.
Number one, I feel like the real reason for this is because people have a relationship with making stupid decisions. Number one, you knew he did not have a good hairline when you met him. And then you strung him along. And you took him with him on a date to the Warwick. And every time you got engaged with him, he pissed you off. And you licked your finger and rubbed off his hairline. You knew you did not like that hairline. So I feel like when we get to a place and position where we can really assess, do I really like this person or do I just need attention? Then
that's a question.
Another black woman on that same panel discussed her issues.
I think it's three things. The situationships. I think people are more comfortable being in situationships. Not a lot of people are searching for relationships. Then, not to blame social media or Instagram, but it does play a part because that's like you say, like a Christian mingle. It's like a dating app. Most people are meeting people on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And so when you do that, you know, it starts off with a like, then the hearts, then the DM, and then you meet them, and they're not who they're supposed to be.
There's another lady who went out to a speed dating event, and she's just having a hard time.
I just went to a singles event, and I want to tell you how it went. So there's this app. It's called Jigsaw, and on Jigsaw app, you're able to like learn about all these different singles events in the city. So this event was at like a game place or whatever, and it was for people that were 35 plus. So I love those because I'm like, your girl is 43. I don't want to be going on dates where there's a bunch of 20-year-olds. So got all dressed up, did all the things, and then I went. Now, unfortunately, it was quite the bust in my opinion. It was probably maybe 15 women, maybe 8 guys or whatever. But it just wasn't giving for this one.
Now, another lady went out, and this is a beautiful lady, by the way, and basically in the VIP section, another dude invites another chick while she's there.
We get to the after hour spot and we chillin'. Now, mind you, like, I'm from Houston, so again, I know so many people out here, so I'm not gonna I'm sticking with him in the club, you know, because that's who I came out with. But I'm saying what's up to like some girls I know that's in there. I come back to the section. Well, there's this girl in the section, and she's like, I don't know who she is, because she wasn't at the club with us. So I'm kind of confused, like, where did this girl come from? So my best friend come up to me, she like, are you paying attention to? I'm like, I'm one of them people who, like, if you gonna choose to do what like, let him do him. He wanna do that, let him do it. My friend's like, no, in the hell no. So she walks over to him, and she's like, bro, who's this weird bitch next to you? And he's like, what? And she's like, who is this girl next to you? She all up on you. You giving her money to throw. Like, who? This your girl? Like, what's up? What's up? He like, no, you know, nah, that's not my girl. This my friend. This somebody I know.
Now, I'll try to link that story there. What ended up happening with that lady is she ended up going back to the dude's house, He called another chick over, booty clapping sound, smashed the other chick while she stayed on the couch. This is all in Houston, right? But a lot of these women are sort of upset because, well, the top guys in Houston have a lot of opportunities. And so you even see women asking about, where are the rich men in Houston?
Where are the rich men in Houston? They're out during the daytime at the in the rich areas of town, in the bars or the restaurants, sitting at the bars, or they're at the country clubs, the tennis clubs. They are at the go to uptown area, go to the area where there's like expensive sports bars when there's sports teams playing. They're at the games of, you know, like basketball and football games, in the front row or in the boxes. You know, VIP, valet park and go to a game. Get you some cheap seats, but pay for valet parking. And in the area, you'll be able to mingle. Go to like little bars after the game that are close by. A lot of people go out to eat or hang out in little bars after that. You might be a little player or whatnot. You don't know. Uptown, downtown, bars, happy hours next to like really nice office buildings, all those kind of places in Houston. That's where you need to go. Okay? In any town, really.
So again, this is my actual opinion of what is really going on in Houston. The same thing that's going on in Atlanta. You have the guys in Houston, because it's a big city, it's a lot of economic opportunity. It's just too many things going on. And again, when you have the guys out there that have money and they have opportunity, well, what do you think they're gonna do? They have chances to date and mate, so they won't. And even this lady said that about guys who are new to Houston.
Ladies, if you are in Houston, from Houston, born in Houston, just moved to Houston, whatever it is, let me just tell y'all about dating in Houston. First of all, if you know what's good for you, don't do it. Just don't. But second, if you still want to pull through even after me saying that, I will say do not date anybody who just moved to Houston. If you start talking to somebody who just moved to Houston, he's not going to be ready for another 2 years. If he had just came to Houston, Houston women are magnetic. We're charming, we're beautiful, we're successful. There's like a hustle about us, but also like a level of femininity that are just super magnetic to these men, especially men who have never experienced us before. And with that said, their first 2 years, they're not going to be able to commit to you at all. Like that's just going to be the truth of it. Like if you want a serious relationship, you're either going to have to date older than you, or you're going to have to date someone long distance, so they don't live in Houston at all and have no interest in moving to Houston. Or you're going to have to date someone that you like pulled from like your childhood, that kind of the one that got away type of person that's just been wanting you forever. Or you're going to have to date someone that's in ratio, you have to be finer than him. And even then that's really a stretch. But like as a woman, if you're a 10, you got to date a 7. And that's really saying something. Yeah, but I mean overall, just don't date in Houston at all. Right? Like move.
And they probably won't ever be ready to date in 2 years because they don't really need to. Now, this is not to say that women are not valuable in Houston, because they are, but it's like, if you have a lot of opportunities, are you going to settle? The more money that these guys have and opportunities, the less that they're going to be able to cooperate. I'm going to tell you from a male's point of view, a lot of women just don't feel like they need to be that person to a man, but you do. That's just the situation. A lot of men understand that we got to be that person to the women. And then once you get to a certain level of attractiveness to a woman, whether that's, physical or financial, then the ball is kind of in your court. And now you're looking for a woman to be like, okay, well, what do you really want to do to be with me? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of women in the big cities don't feel like they need to do that. A lot of the women out there are looking for what you can do for them. Can you pay my bills? What do you want to do for me? And it's like, you don't really understand, baby, that guy got a lot of options. He don't have to deal with you if he don't really want to like that. And that's just the situation that they just don't get. in these big cities, it's competition for the top. And a lot of women are going to have to bring a lot more to the table if they're going to be considered. Guys just got too many opportunities. No man in 2024, men are more selfish than what they were when I was coming up and when my dad was coming up. Men are more selfish in today's world. That's just the reality of it all. Men were much more community-based. Men wanted to sacrifice more. Maybe they felt that the women of that time period were worth more doing that. But men are more selfish now. Men are putting themselves first now. And now it's not as easy as a sale to say, if you marry me, I'll give you babies. If you marry me, I'll deal with you. No! You're gonna have to come out there and compete every day for a man that can do some things for you. And these guys know what they got. And if they're black, come on, man. Like, a lot of ladies don't understand. You're talking about white women. You're talking about Asian women. You're talking about a lot of Latinos that are there. You're talking about mixed women. You just have, you have a lot that you got to try to deal with. And if you're not going to be able to deal with that, it's going to be tough. You know, I know that a lot of ladies are special. And again, you are special. You're very special to certain people and you're very special to yourself. But you might not be that special to the guy that you're trying to deal with. And that's the issue. So how do you become more special to the guys you want to deal with? And again, trying to find rich men at these country clubs and where they're at just to get money from them. I mean, it could probably work, but a lot of ladies are like that. What can you give? That might solve some of the dating problems in Houston. So what do you guys think? Is dating that bad in your city? We out.